Everyone, and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. And today I'm going to be ranking all Arcade Fire albums, including their soundtrack for the movie Her and their latest release, Pink Elephant. I think Arcade Fire is one of the most impressive bands from the last 20-25 years. Starting off with Funeral, that was such an incredible moment to witness. I wasn't there at the launch of the album, of course, but David Bowie on his website said, "Listen to this," or it was an interview or his website, but Bowie said, "Take a look at this." And I didn't notice a lot of new bands at the time, and then I put on Funeral, and it was just instant magic. It was new, it was fresh, it had this beautiful teenage angst. It had so much melody. It was so incredible new, and they kept making great albums, great albums. I saw them live 2 times, and those shows were incredible. The first time I went to see them, I just went alone. None of my friends were actually listening to Arcade Fire. Most of my friends were more into the older music, so I went alone to Rotterdam and saw them in Ahoy. It was stunning. Such a brilliant show, such a beautiful band. And here I am ranking all 8 of their albums. And I have all their records here, apart from the record that I'm going to put on number 8. It's a very sad way to start the video, because this is their latest album. At number 8, I put Pink Elephant. Pink Elephant is the first, and for me, the only album of Arcade Fire that doesn't do it. I think it's boring. I think it is uninspired. I miss energy. I miss conviction. I miss the dynamics. It is also the first and only album without Will Butler. So perhaps that's got to do with it. But I was so sad to listen to that album. At number 8, Pink Elephant. At number 7, and honestly, what I put at number 7 is already a really good album. We has a beautiful atmosphere. I went to the tour of this album as well. This is perhaps after Pink Elephant, my least played Arcade Fire album. There was something still going on that didn't make me fall in love with it. But I am happy to own it, because I only want to own vinyl that I really play, and I didn't play this one that much, but it's good. It has, again, I love the atmosphere, I love the identity. At number 7, We. And now number 6. And it really troubles me to put this at number 6, for a very simple reason. I think it's one of the best soundtracks I own. It's so good. The soundtrack for Her is a masterpiece. We're already talking about masterpieces here. You know what? No, at this moment, at the last moment, I'm gonna switch it. I'm gonna change. I'm not gonna put this one on number 6. This might upset some Arcade Fire fans, but nevertheless, I'm putting this one at number 6. Yeah, I'm doing a last minute switch. Reflector. Reflector is awesome. Great album. I really remember when this got released. I was living in a student home with 30 other fellow students, and this was one of those records that everybody was playing, everybody was talking about. The new fantastic Arcade Fire album with gorgeous videos made by Anton Corbijn, a Dutch filmmaker and photographer, known for his work with U2 and Nick Cave and loads of bands. Beautiful, exciting moment in time. It was fresh, it was daring, it's really danceable. I love the atmosphere here. Great album. At number 6, Reflector. At number 5, you already know what's at number 5. Her. Again, too low for such a beautiful soundtrack. I played this a lot. Now, I also love the film Her. Am I confusing love for the film with love for the soundtrack? No, because I listened to the soundtrack so much more often than I saw the film. I put this on so many occasions. Just when I got into that student home, for example, it was one of those records that really set the mood and a certain feeling of home. There was also a feeling of loneliness on this record. The film is about Joaquin Phoenix, who falls in love with his, well, what we would now call Chat GPT. Yeah, his computer, done, played or voice acted by Scarlett Johansson. Brilliant film, but the soundtrack has its own vibes, its own comfort, and I want to say discomfort because loneliness might feel discomforting, but I think Arcade Fire found comfort in the loneliness, and I think that is what makes this record so unique. Beautiful, gorgeous, lovely record. Soundtrack for Her at number 5. Yes, we're moving towards number 4, and this is again, this may be a controversial choice for Arcade Fire fans because Reflector is generally, and so is Her, known for being among their masterpieces, and this one, Everything Now, is not. But hear me out. I think Everything Now is one of the most underrated albums of all time. This worked within their concept. Some people said that they went too commercial, they wanted to be too popular. They actually had a top 10 hit with one of the songs of this album. I believe the title track, Everything Now, was a top 10 hit in the charts. So people felt that their favorite independent band left them. And I think this is the biggest nudge an indie band ever made because they are playing with the element of selling out here. You can see it also in their artwork. The songs have symbols as if they are brands. The songs are being marketed as brands. It's part of the fun. It's part of the joy of this record. They are flirting with selling out. It's irony, and meanwhile, they have the opportunity to share their genuine love for influences of disco, of even ABBA. I think this is a beautiful tribute to ABBA, to enjoyable melodies, but they lyrically and emotionally and context wise, they remain very true to who they are. I love the opening track. I love Signs of Life. Creature Comfort is okay. Chemistry, I love Chemistry. Infinite Content. Put Your Money on Me, great song. And I think We Don't Deserve Love is one of their best songs, actually. The way this record ends with the beautiful drive my car on the radio. It is the thing is, I think that the track We Don't Deserve Love, and actually a lot of this album, is of a gorgeous parody of millennial hipster culture. It touches the fragility, it touches where it hurts, but it's also touching an element of pride, the Instagram hip, I'm part of the big scene element there. The other albums also have this millennial undertone, but it's more sentimental, more smaller. They touch on it. This is one of the first moments where they really touch a different element. They have an other side of critique that really adds to the zeitgeist or the reflection of the times. I think it's a masterpiece. At number 4, Everything Now. At number 3, The Suburbs. Ah, this is such an incredible record. The energy here, opening with the title track. I mean, sometimes I can't believe it. I'm moving past the feeling. Um, so powerful, gorgeous song. So many great songs are Rococo, Empty Room, Half Light, Month of May. I like Month of May. I think We Used to Wait is one of the best songs of the last 25 years. As a matter of fact, about 5 or 6 years ago, I'm actually a filmmaker, and I got invited to this Dutch radio program on what's called the Dutch BBC. And then you have to select songs or scenes of stuff. And I had they offered me the opportunity to show a fragment of a film, a fragment of a stand-up comedian, all those sorts of things. And also, what kind of song would you end the night with? So I said, We Used to Wait. I love We Used to Wait. Um, I love the energy. I love the lyrics. It is such a strong, sharp reflection of the times. Oh man, I can't wait to put this record on again. What a masterpiece. Masterpiece. At number 3, The Suburbs. At number 2, Neon Bible. It took me quite some time before I got into this. It wasn't immediately after I got hooked with Funeral that I started following everything. I just really was in love with Funeral. So a couple of years ago, I believe 10 years ago, I bought this one on vinyl. And slowly but surely, I started to love mostly the melodies here. Lyrics are great as well. I really like the overall tone, the overall ambience, but there's an intimacy on this early album. Here's Looking at My Body as a Cage that keeps me from dancing with the one I love, but my mind holds the key. And there's so much conviction and vocal here. It has everything that made Arcade Fire so good. And Intervention is such an incredible song as well. I I look at No Cars Go. Oh, that's so good. That's so amazing live. The title track, Neon Bible, it's so good. Oh man, this is an amazing album. At number 2, Neon Bible. Not much chance for survival with the Neon Bible. And number 1, of course, Funeral. This is where it started all for me. Um, Putting this one on for the first time, and hearing a sound, a band that has so much energy, but it's not just happy. They are energetic because they have something to say. They have something to share. It's not a happy. They are playful, but they're not joyous. They are nostalgic, but they're not laid back. They are Arcade Fire. They are so unique, opening with Neighborhood Tunnels, and the way there is so much. There's so much small or tiny pain in there. Um, it is just truly amazing, and then the way it just develops into Neighborhood 2 and Neighborhood 3. Power Out. Oh man, it's in between. There's always also Une Année Sans Lumière, brilliant. Neighborhood 4, Crown of Love, and then you get to the song Wake Up. I mean, um, the way it's on this album, that song, it's just spectacular. It's gorgeous, so new, so fresh, but it also reminds me of that one performance of David Bowie with Arcade Fire. And I don't even think they did a better job live than they did here, but Bowie embracing them, doing such an incredible song. The melody, the and if you're part of a live show of theirs, and that moment starts, it is beautiful, pure magic. So I'm curious, do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.